Hello everyone, welcome back to the Plains on the Prairie podcast. I'm Max, and today we are taking a look at the Fairchild PT-19A Cornell, otherwise referred to as the Cradle of Heroes. So we're going to be talking about the PT series of aircraft, specifically the PT-19 obviously, kind of their history during World War II with the Allied Air Forces, and the specific history behind this one. So stay tuned and we have a good episode for you. So the PT-19A was actually a two-seat trainer. You had the student pilot up front and you had the instructor pilot in the back. That way if the student pilot did an incorrect move or anything like that, the instructor could take over. The serial number on this aircraft was 42-48007. So it was built in 1942. However, I know in the previous videos we've said the last couple digits talk about what number of construction the aircraft was or what number it was made. That's incorrect, at least for these World War II aircraft, since they made so many of them. But yeah, the 21 on this, it's just a made-up marking. But yeah, next we'll talk about the actual markings, the whole scheme of this aircraft itself. So if you take a look at this aircraft, you notice that it has very vibrant, bright colors. That is because these are interwar markings. Both trainers and fighters during this era had yellow markings. And if you look at the insignia right here, you'll see that it's the blue with the white star and a red middle. This was from immediately after World War I until 1942, the United States Army Air Corps' insignia. This was changed in 1942, just after the war with Japan started, since the red dot looks a lot like the Japanese logo. I believe there was some confusion with pilots mistaking the red for the Japanese, and it led to some friendly fire incidents. So in 1942 it was adopted to what we have now on modern, or at least what the basis of the aircraft that we have now. Also, if we look at the tail, you'll see that the tail has a very striking red and white stripes. These were also training and basically interwar colors on aircraft during this time. So the PT-19 was powered by the Ranger L440 six-cylinder inline inverted air-cooled engine. It produced 175 horsepower. If we come over to the side here, you'll see that it has a crankshaft port. So you would start the aircraft, one of the ways was at least, to start it by cranking it. So the specific history behind this aircraft, like we mentioned, built in 1942, serial number 48007. Not a whole lot about its wartime services known. During the war, at least, the United States Army Air Corps didn't keep tabs or documents about the specific squadrons that it trained with. It's very possible, actually it's more than likely, that it was stationed somewhere within the South at many of the Army Air Corps training bases that they had down there. In 1945, actually on April 20th, 1945, Hitler's birthday, this aircraft was sold off as surplus to several different civilian buyers, changed hands many times over the decades, until it ended up at Bonanzaville sometime in the early 2000s. It wasn't flying by that point, but Bob Odegaard, a famous warbird restorer from Kindred, North Dakota, actually got this thing back up into the air and would take flights with it. He and another board, and actually one of the co-founders of the Air Museum, Daryl Schroeder, they were both very big fans of this aircraft. There's many pictures of them flying it. It meant a lot to them, and they meant a lot to this museum. So, yeah. So we want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you guys are interested in stickers, we have a lot of them still for sale. Be sure to reach out to Sam or I about that, either through Instagram or email, or if you know us in person, feel free to talk. We love talking about airplanes, so that's why we have the podcast. So yeah, if you have any aircraft that you want us to see, talk about, or if you want to even come on the podcast, we'd love to have you. Just shoot us an email or, again, Instagram. So yeah, we hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and we look forward to see you guys in the next one. This is Max. Have a good one.